Good Labor Day weekend. It is Sunday, September 5th, and well, we're seeing quite a bit of smoke and haze over areas of South Lake Tahoe, still continuing from the Caldor fire, which is now over 215,000 acres burned and now 43% contained. So that's actually some good news for us as we're seeing some much lighter winds out there. That's great news for firefighters battling the blazes, and really we hope to see better containment in the days to come, even though temperatures are expected to get quite hot. We'd love to see your photos. Please send them to us by uploading them on the ABC 10 app. All right, let's take a look at what we expect today and for the next couple of days here. Temperatures near triple digits today. I'm talking about 99, 100 degrees today in Sacramento with morning haze and smoke. That is continuing. What we're looking at is the overnight system here in the cycle happens where you get the winds coming in from the east. That pushes the smoke into the valley overnight, kind of settles over us for a bit until we move into the early afternoon hours. We start to get a little bit of a light breeze that starts pushing through the delta, and it pushes that smoke right back out. So we will start our mornings off with that smoke and haze, but cooler temperatures. That here is going to begin starting on Wednesday, and really we'll start dropping into really just the low 90s to mid 90s, and then we get back into the 80s as we move into Thursday. Here's what we're looking at in terms of air quality for the morning into your Sunday here. You can see the worst areas right around the Caldor fire, still hazardous to very unhealthy air there, and then unhealthy as it gets to portions of the lower foothills into Sacramento. We're looking at unhealthy to unhealthy for sensitive group air quality there, and most of the valley going to be dealing with that at least through the morning. By the afternoon, we get a nice little shift here. Take a look. You're seeing areas that are still unhealthy to unhealthy for sensitive groups, and then we move into the afternoon hours and you get this blue zone here. That's around 4:30 p.m. where we get much better air quality, and then we'll continue to see that, but overnight it gets that push right back out, or you get some of the worst air pushing back into the valley, pushes right back out in the afternoon. So we're going to continue to get that cycle happening day and night for the next few nights. Let's talk humidity. For perspective here, when you get overnight recoveries, when we talk about overnight recovery and humidity, what we're talking about is usually dew point. You might realize in the early morning hours your grass is wet, but it hasn't been, the sprinklers haven't run on it. It's just the dew point, right? You're used to seeing dew. But when we take a look at the coastline here, you're looking at 93% to 100% relative humidity. It's close to the ocean. They get that nice moisture to grab onto. It's looking good. The further away you get, the lower the numbers get. And for the foothills and areas, portions of the high Sierra and higher foothills, you're looking at 23 to 20% relative humidity in the overnight hours, and that's not good. As we move into the afternoon hours and the daytime heat, these numbers drop down to as low as even the lower teens to the upper single digits. I'm talking anywhere from even 8% to about 17% relative humidity in the daytime due to all the heat and all of the evapotranspiration that happens there, as well as just the dry nature of these zones here with that dry vegetation. Of course, not good when fires are burning there. Now, we do expect to usually at least recover a little bit overnight, but we haven't been getting major recoveries just yet. So that's kind of the give and take here. When it comes to slower winds, we also have limited recoveries overnight. Now, the high pressure system here is going to continue to circulate a lot of these easterly winds. And easterly winds, this is a desert zone here, so we're not getting moisture off the Pacific to help us out yet. We hope, though, as we get closer to cooler temperatures, we'll get more of that breeze offshore coming onshore, and that will bring us some more moisture and overnight recoveries. But because we're not seeing that just yet, we're still going to remain pretty dry with limited relative humidity. Now, this does circulate for the next 3 days or so, and that'll bring us those temperatures right around those triple digits. Okay, let's talk about the winds here. We're going to see about 4 to 9 mile per hour winds, so not too bad. And then the afternoon hours, we get a little bit of a pickup through the delta there, but still areas of the foothills looking at 4 or 5 mile per hour winds to calm to light winds early the morning hours. This is going to be pretty much a repeat cycle for the next 3 days. All right, I want to pause it here. This is our jet stream over the next 10 days. As we start moving into Wednesday, this is September 8th. You notice this huge this dip here in the jet stream. That is going to usher in some cooler temperatures, at least a bit of a breeze that starts coming into Northern California, but that will drop our temperatures down into those mid 80s. So that is good news. We'll at least see some 80s as we start rolling into next week. And that other little trough there will also start moving in. All right, mid to low 90s, Angels Camp, Jackson, 98 in Ione. Looking at our temperatures for the week ahead, here's that triple digit heat Monday, Tuesday. Finally, mid 90s Wednesday, dropping down into 90s to upper 80s Thursday. And then we are back with those 80s for the remainder of the following week.